Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I want to take a look at the dominant energy for this week. Of course, we've had some fairly tragic events happening in the US, and I want to take some time to just let people know how very, very sad I am about what occurred with these mass shootings in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio. It comes on the back of other very, very tragic events, and I do feel that the energy coming out of the US at this time is let's not muck around anymore. We're done with waiting. We want action now, and that's only just going to grow louder this week. And it is reflected in the energetic vibration around the world this week as well. People are starting to stand up. They're starting to, well, I would say sit up. Those that may have been switched off are actually now starting to switch on in some way, and this is going to propel those in power to act in a way that they may not have otherwise done. We're feeling the urgency, and they are feeling the urgency as well. So with the US leadership, you're probably going to see a doubling down. But that urgency there, everybody is feeling it. People want action now. No longer in the past. When these mass shootings, you had the phrase that is iconic in the US, the thoughts and prayers going out to the victims and the victims' family. It's not cutting it anymore. People want action. Okay, so urgency. There's a little bit of urgency in the energy, the world energy as well. It's not just across the Trump regime in America. It's also extending to the energies in the UK and also around in the environment as well. There's a growing swell, like a wave building. Let's see. Drill down more specifically to the energies that are coming forward this week, and then we'll have a look at the US president, who seems to be responsible for much of the world instability at the moment, Donald Trump. Okay, so what is the energy? Let's just give these a good shuffle. What is the energy? Across the world. What is the energetic reading here? At this for this week going forward, the energy of the week, the energy vibration of the week, energy vibration of the week. Okay, so there's restriction. I'm using my 78 Tarot Mythical deck. There's a restriction energy coming here. What are we trying to restrict? Let's bring the laptop down. A restriction energy. Okay, it's an imprisonment. It's a self-imposed imprisonment. I do feel that people are switching on after switching off, after having been switched off. People are starting to wake up and listen. What's causing that is the Three of Swords. What is challenging that restriction? What is making people think about things a little bit more deeply than what they normally would have? It's been the loss. Okay, so after tragedies, and we saw this happening in New Zealand in Christchurch with the massacre in the mosque there, it's the loss, it's the heartbreak. The same sort of energy is going on in America at this point in time. Why is this different now? People have had enough. Okay, people have not only had enough, but there are more switching on to the need here for change and the need for new beginnings with this Fool card. Yeah. The Fool card, the leadership, people are taking another look at leadership and they're wanting change. The Two of Cups, this is people coming together, and it's coming together to heal something. And what's in the sky? Okay, the Empress. This is the Mother card here. This is the feminine energy here. It's driving forward. It's got a momentum of its own, and you'll see dragons in this card. So this kind of fiery dragon energy is propelling things forward here. There's going to be a lot of calls for change. Queen of Pentacles. She's looking upward. She's not looking down. So people are taking another view here. And the moon is in the background. And so I'm getting a very a pull to that Cancerian energy with this this card, and also revealing we're no longer looking down in the midst and stuck in a crisis of faith. We're looking up, and we're looking up, and we're seeing it's connecting here with this Three of Swords, this lost card. We're grieving. We're grieving, and that's bringing us out of our self-imposed restriction. The Four of Pentacles, people are feeling insecure this week across the world, and is it any wonder? We're starting to realise that our world is not as stable as it once was. And the King of Pentacles, we've got money. We've got money dominating politics. We've got agendas coming into things that are affecting us, which have all to do with money and nothing to do with supporting us. People are starting to really catch on to that, really starting to wake up. This is also in America, the NRA. Okay, so regardless of any talking points, the Republicans come forward. This is a focus is going to be on the US leadership and money in politics. We're starting to make a plan. The drum is starting to beat here with this Two of Wands. We are at crossroads. And what's bringing us to the crossroads where some have been disengaged is this feeling that, things are no longer stable. And that's only going to grow, louder. It's going to be hard work here for leadership right across the world with this Ten of Wands. They're going to be batting off things, and I do get a draw to the US and also to the UK. Things are coming forward very, very quickly with this Eight of Wands. There's emotion here, and we've got this Ace of Wands with people wanting new starts. We've got the Fool here, new starts and new starts, and there's passion. There's passion and there's anger in this. And commitment, and this is really an energy that's inspired by fire and passion, and that's going to be coming down very, very strongly on world leaders this week. People wanting more of this kind of energy with the Ten of Cups. This is a safety, it's security, it's love, it's equality, it's all the good things that keep us together as a community, as a family, as a community, and as humanity. This energy is at the base of this reading, and people, I have just done another reading on another forum, and this energy of people turning their backs and walking away is very, very predominant this week. People won't be listening to the talking points that are coming out from political leaders. They are starting to engage, not disengage. And unfortunately, sorry about that, unfortunately, tragic events have brought that kind of energy to the fore. Very, very sad, and at the same time making a lot of people very, very angry, because we know that this Donald Trump has provoked those dark forces, and what did they do? They came out and they took action, and this certainly in El Paso, the blame is not only with the legislators for not introducing gun reform in the past that could have prevented these deaths, but it's also the blame is with Donald Trump for what he's whipping up, for what he's motivating, and that's been quite clear in the El Paso massacre. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Very sad. Nobody should have to be a sacrifice for change. And that's why people are angry. Okay. An urgency here, an urgency energy, an angry and an urgent energy coming forward. Okay, no, people are engaging, they're switching back on. Okay, so let's have a look at the week ahead for the current US president. I'm not even going to say his name. I saw something trending on Twitter, unfollow the current US president. I feel turning their back. In Australia, I told this story. Our Indigenous peoples, when they are no longer prepared, or you have something that they're no longer prepared to put up with. They've been let down for too long. Sometimes what they do with poor leadership, or leadership that has let them down, they will turn their back. And I feel this energy is coming through. There, people are not listening. They've had enough. They're turning their back. And so I'm not going to speak this current US president's name in this reading. So let's have a look at the week ahead for this current US president, which we hope his presidency will be finished soon. What's the week ahead going to bring? What's likely? Multiple investigations. What's the week ahead likely to be for the current US president? Okay, week ahead. What's the current week ahead likely to be for the current US president? Okay. All right. So we have the Nine of Swords here. There's anxiety, there's sleepless nights. This is a haunting too of this president. And what's haunting this president is the power of the words that are being directed against him. You will see Republicans trying to run cover for this president, but their efforts are quite lame. They're not connecting. People are angry, and this president who stirs up this kind of anger, this negative, dark anger in others, is actually feeling it being directed toward him this week, and it's keeping him up. What he's being challenged by is this guardian energy in this pack. This pack has a couple of extra cards, and this is one of them. This is our own protective energy, and it can come forward in our passions and in our drives for change. It's almost like it's an armor that is coming now, and that is challenging this president. There's a strength here, and it's almost at a psychic level in the way that these dark forces have been that he's unleashing. People are now unleashing some of that back toward him, and what he is putting out is coming right back to him. Now he probably, I'm hazarding a guess, he probably will stay a little bit quiet this week. He's certainly not going to be gung-ho like he was last week. And unfortunately, in my monthly reading, I did feel in the first week that he would be stepping out. By the second week, something had happened that would cause him to retreat. And I'm sorry to say that it is a tragedy that has come forward and is unfolding this week. Okay, we've got the High Priestess here. This again is what's in people's subconscious minds. I did feel that people are starting to switch on again, and they are. And when you get that in the subconscious, you get a real power of conviction and will. And I feel that that this is what he can't fight against. It's what's actually going on now in the plans, the goals that people are formulating now to bring this to an end. It could be you're going to get some leaks here. Because this High Priestess is also, the other aspect is that there's more to be told on the story. There's going to be something else. It's going to be a week where things are going to just keep coming out. We had things coming forward very, very strongly, and this kind of energy where things are unfolding very, very quickly is going to be, there's an urgency energy that is here this week and also in the US. In fact, the US is driving it forward. Queen of Swords. Okay, so by golly, people are going to come out with some hard-hitting stuff, and it's going to be irrefutable with this Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords is all-seeing, and there is a Maori type of energy to this card. There is shifts in the energy this week. It's a very powerful energy that's palpating or underpinning this week. People have had enough. Okay, so they're wanting to move on. So we've got this relocation, wanting to move on to safer harbours at the back. And for many, there's going to be fear here. These two people in this boat are actually quite vulnerable to what's gone on. and people are wanting to move away from that vulnerability. So you're going to get a mixture of the stories that are coming out. You're going to get this confronting energy toward this current president, this US president this week. He's going to be challenged, he's going to be taken on, but you've also got the vulnerabilities that are going to be unmasked, so those that he's actually hurting. I wouldn't be surprised with this sort of energy that someone is not going to leak something. Okay, or someone's just going to make that extra effort to bring things forward. People are really, really wanting, as I said, the urgency. They're wanting new beginnings. And people are coming together in order to get these new beginnings. This is the force that they can't do anything about. The Republicans can't do anything about. It's the unity that people are now going to be stepping forward and stepping up to the plate. We've got the judgment going on here, and that you'll see the crows in the background of this card. It's like Chinese whispers. There is this mass exodus away from what this president has created, and we've got the whispers happening as well. This message is being carried on the air. That this has now got to end, and there's some urgency to it. So whatever's going to happen this week, it's going to come forward very, very, very strongly at an energetic level and in every other way. You're going to see some heavy hitters coming out this week and demanding change and an end to this abuse of power. And they're going to be fighting fire with fire, I feel, just as much as this current US president has abused his power. People are drawing lines in the sand this week, and they're saying, no, stop. He's going to have to be defending himself here with this Five of Wands. And I actually saw, when I tuned into him psychically a long time ago, I actually saw my earlier readings. I actually saw the townsfolk with the pitchforks and the sticks coming for this president. So this is what is the energy for Trump this week. It's full on people coming for him, and rightly so. And well may he feel like this, because he has his words have whipped up the kind of domestic terrorism that has taken lives. So okay, so we're at a crossroads in the US. The voters are at a crossroads here. They have to make decisions. More and more Democrats are getting behind the impeachment inquiry. Are we going to see that? We're going to see an announcement of that this week, because we've got the Queen of Cups here. People are wanting, moving into this more supportive, they want more supportive, benign type of leadership. And this Queen of Cups also has something to be revealed. So I feel something is going to come out this week that is going to really put this president on the back foot. So let's drill down to what that might be. They're the overall general energies that are coming out this week. This is this is what he's like, and rightly so, because this is a very guardian energy. It's a very strong energy that's being directed toward him. Look at this card. This is exactly what's going to happen. So heavy hitters coming out this week demanding, it could be even they demand he resign, pressure on the Democrats to begin that impeachment inquiry or to announce it. It's almost like something has to be done because there's an urgency in the energy this week. So let's ask, will the Democrats move forward with the impeachment inquiry? Will there be some sort of announcement coming this week around beginning the impeachment inquiry? They've already done that in their submissions to the courts. They've already phrased it as an impeachment inquiry. Nancy Pelosi has stopped short of coming out and announcing that's exactly what they're doing. Why are they doing this? Are they saving it up for a moment like this? Is that what is going on? Will they now come forward and saying we are moving into impeaching this president in whatever the process is that they undertake, whether it's an inquiry first and then full-on impeachment process? I do know that the trial occurs in the Senate. What are they doing? The Democrats going to make an announcement on impeachment this week. Let's just phrase it like that. Okay, let me just shuffle again. These are a rather large deck for my hands. are the Democrats going to make an announcement on impeachment this week? Will the Democrats make an announcement on impeachment this week? Whoa, the pitchforks, the townsfolk are coming for Donald Trump. Okay, will the Democrats make an announcement on impeachment this week? Democrats impeach. Announcement. Oops. So the signifier card is the Knight of Pentacles. I love this card. This is a courageous person that comes in and stands their ground. They're not moving anywhere. That's the signifier card. You could see some courage coming forward here from the Democrats. As I said, people have had enough. You might see some courage coming forward from some Republicans as well. They've had enough. They don't want this anymore. The Three of Wands. What's the challenge here? Expansion. Okay, so again, it's all in the timing. But what are the Democrats going to decide here? Let's have a look at the foundation of the reading. There is restriction energy here, but that's a restriction we're breaking out of. There is some unity that has come in the past. So this is the energy around most right-thinking people uniting against what is being done by this current regime. Yeah, people are wanting new beginnings. That's what's in the sky. Okay, new beginnings, a new start. All right. So in the immediate future, though, we've got this. This is one of the Dragon Tamer, one of these other extra cards in this deck. It does talk about a very full-on energy coming forward this week. But it's also, the council here is trying to control that energy as well. Okay, right now there's the crossroads where decisions have to be made. Okay, the environment around is the voter. Pelosi always says when enough people want to impeach this president, then they will. It feels like that this is the environment that's being generated very, very quickly by very, very strong energy. Okay, the hopes and the fears, the tower moment. The hope is to try and rebuild structures, but the fear is that it's not going to work, or it's going to backfire, or it's just going to cause more disunity, more upheaval, more massacres, more danger. So there are very real fears around Pelosi at the moment. However, this is a yes card. This is a yes card. I feel there's going to be something coming forward around impeachment, or something coming forward that would lead to impeachment, beginning impeachment proceedings. It's difficult. It's very nuanced. It's difficult to pinpoint that. It's either an impeachment announcement or something coming forward that would propel an impeachment with this Ace of Wands. This is thoughts. This is communications. This is words. And you look at the divinity of this card here. It's going straight up to the heavens here. This is also around the third eye and the crown chakras. It's talking to our higher selves. It's our higher selves knowing that this must occur. So let's see what is clarified. What's clarifying that card. This is another card that's an extra in this card. It's also talking about the need for care and thought and meditation on this as well. We've got this energy that's quite reckless here. Let's see what else is happening. Ace of Cups, yeah. The emotion's going to be two aces. The emotion is going to be so strong that the Democrats will have to come out and make some kind of announcement, or there's something going to come out here that will propel the need to make an announcement with those two aces. So very, very strong energy in the US. What is at the basis here of the base of the reading? We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is being aligned with the flow, and then we've got balance here. So that's interesting. There is a counsel here to remain calm and considered, because the energies are very, very strong against this president. It's almost like people will be bashing down the door of the White House, that sort of thing. So Democrats are going to be put on the spot to either announce or to deliver something that might propel. The other thought that I had is that something might come forward from an investigation that might actually be a bit of a shock, that might propel an impeachment announcement. So let's have a look. Is there going to be any surprise news this week coming forward for this current president in relating to any of the investigations, any wins for the Democrats, the lawmakers, the intelligence operatives? What sort of a win? Is there going to be any surprises coming forward this week that might propel the need or the urgency for impeachment? Okay, so what have we got here? We've got the Three of Wands as a signifier card, which was the challenge, commerce and expansion. So economic security, I'm getting a draw to, is a consideration here, as stability. Stability is a consideration. Somebody's isolated, though, with the Hermit card there. Reflection. The voters are going to be having their say, so there's going to be a big push here. Balance, wanting to restore balance, what's in the sky, going back to the past. There's a lot of emotions. This is a cup, a water energy, emotional energy, going back to the past, wanting a reunion with better times, more stable times. A lot of emotion here. Ace of Pentacles, income. So something could come forward around a money trail in some way. Campaign violation, something to do with money. Yeah, with this Queen of Wands here, it's somebody is seeing something that they want to bring forward, and they will bring forward. They're making a plan. The King of Swords, yep. This is a lawmaker. This is almost like a Thor, a thunder energy, a lightning energy. Something could come forward this week in relation to either lawmakers or investigators. All right, we've got the Hope here of Strength, which was an outcome card, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is connected with the Mueller report. So it could be any one of those investigations. The Hope card, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Which is people, which is almost battle weariness. We've got at the base of the reading the devil energy, Saturn energy, really wanting to break the chains that bind, and we've got the Two of Swords, which is the decisions to be made. Okay, so let's get some clarity on this Eight of Pentacles here. Something coming forward. This querent is reading a book, manifesting something. Okay, so let's get some clarification. I'll just bring the laptop down. Some clarification on this Eight of Pentacles. Is this the Mueller report? Is this a spin-off investigation? What's going on here? What is going on here? Is this a leak or information coming out? Maybe some evidence that has been lodged might be unsealed. I haven't had a look at the news stream, but it's looking like there might be consideration around some unsealing of. We're going to be getting some more information this week. I have some clarity, please, on the Eight of Pentacles. Are we getting some more information on any of these investigations? Some unsealing of something, some evidence. More information coming forward here this week. People are going to be trying, the Magician. Okay, so actualizing something into reality. And we've got the Ten of Swords. So it's going to have a bearing on this is going to be a downfall for somebody. What's at the base of this reading? The King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, things coming forward. I feel that someone's going to be stepping up to the plate this week. I feel it's a lawmaker with the King of Swords, and they're going to be doing something to bring something forward. Okay, so I'll leave that there. Let's watch. It's a very big week. Very, 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 very big week. Stay safe, everybody. Stay in the present, because while there are troubled global energies at this time, and particularly in the US, the UK, we're reminded that we are all individuals and that we do affect the collective by our own thoughts. And so on that note, I will pull 3 cards for us from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. Okay, so we really want to have some healing energy coming forward here. Okay, so focus. This is talking about where do you put your focus. Okay, don't put it on events or news or information that is actually going to leave you unprotected here. When I say leave you unprotected, it's leaving you vulnerable to a negative emotion. So there is a protection here in this amethyst crystal, which is a protective stone, and I'm being guided to let you know that one of the ways that you can best protect yourself is focus on the here and now, and focus on really a gentle energy rather than that energy that's getting out of control. Okay, so another message from Spirit, 2 more messages from Spirit for viewers this week. Calm down, focus, calm down and focus. Calm down and focus. Know that you're being protected. Know that everything's going to be okay. This is a perilous passage this week, but we're moving, always moving forward, always progressing. Another 2 messages from Spirit. Okay. So we've got solitude. Okay, so there is a very big message around turning off the news stream when it's starting to worry you, and taking that time out. There is there's a lot of purple here. So I feel that when this urgent energy that we're seeing this week in the US, you do need to ground yourself and protect yourself. There could be meditation advised. This is a wake-up call for us with this tsunami card coming forward, but it's only a wake-up call. It's not. It's letting you know that things are actually going to be okay in time. So in time, this is like a tsunami. It feels like a tsunami, but it's going to be okay. Eventually, it's going to be okay. One more. I know I said I'd pull 3. One more. One final message, please. One more final message. Okay, nurturing. Gaia, the earth, nurturing energies. Focus, solitude. Understand that these 2 things will improve in time, and also take that time to nurture yourself when things are so movable, when you've got so much going on. You really have to remember to nurture yourself. So take that time out this week. I want you to get off YouTube now, and I want you to move into whatever makes you feel good, whether that's gardening, whether that's spending time having coffee with friends, whether that's spending time reading a book, whatever it is. That's what you need to be doing right now, because these are strong energies that are around this week as a result of the tragedies that have occurred in the US. So that's the reading, energy reading this week. I'll be back again later on this week for another reading. In the meantime, take care. Thank you.